Just about to kick off.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back. We have stepped into the locker room once again, and we're talking about a whole different kind of football. The British Brotherhood has returned to present the big Group C match between Scotland and Morocco. And I am glad to be joined once again by the newest addition to the FNI family, my brother down south, South London's finest. How are you, Dino, my guy?
Not too bad, mate. How you doing? You good? How's it going?
Yeah, doing good, excited, nervous.
Good.
We're up against a good side here, but it should be a fun time.
Yeah.
Some of the American guys in the chat were talking about how they're new to the world of soccer, as they call it. But yeah, it's going to be fun to kind of teach them. So we're glad to have you because I know you are well versed, coming from the Premier League, of course, with Arsenal. So yeah, looking forward to seeing all the things that you've got coming this season. I know we've got big plans. So yeah,
Yeah.
looking forward to it, man.
Looking forward to the fixtures. The fixtures for the league came out today as well. So we've got we're playing the champions of the championship. First game of the season, playing Coventry City. So that should be a good one. Frank Lampard coming, bringing his boys down. And oh wow. Well, that's a good start. 1-0 Morocco. That's a good start. Jeez. Well, I was just about to mention to you.
I had to go live button.
I was just about to say that left hand, that right hand side of Morocco, and that's exactly where they targeted. They target straight down that bit. I don't know who's got the goal. It's just a ball over.
I'm just trying to check that now.
Yeah, it's onside as well.
This was a good side. I think let's be candid. I think we're trying to play for a draw here tonight, brother. If we can,
yeah,
one goal will do it, but it's going to be tasty. The goal was scored there by Ismail Saibari in the second minute.
Wow, just a simple ball for the middle. They're saying 71 seconds. Well, I mean, wow. you want to score first at least, and then make them come out. But now, now they've got to come out and attack now.
Is the thing that concerns me because, again, Scotland's history, I don't know how far you go back when it comes to the World Cup, but there was one historic time against Brazil where we scored first. We lit a fire under them and proceeded to lose 5-1. So scoring first isn't always the best idea, but I can see the ethos. I want to see how much fight's in this Scotland team. I know we're ranked 38th in the world. We're playing number 7, so yeah, we're coming in here into this group as underdogs. We're expected to finish third. We can still make the group of 32. So I'm letting the chips fall. You know what I'm saying? So it'll be fun to see, though.
I think the boys in just before the commentary, when Rooney was saying, I think they would probably have a better chance, ironically, against Brazil than they would against Morocco. If Brazil they looked very ill balanced when they played Morocco, but they played better when, not saying just before they came on. If you're going to play Casemiro, like I've spoken to Man United fans for the past 6-7 months, like I've said, and they've all said, why are we playing Casemiro? Because he hasn't got the legs. He didn't have the legs. If you ain't got legs in the Premiership, what makes you think you got it for this? This is a different level. This is another level now where everyone's coming together for the World Cup, and he got shown up for the first 25 minutes against his team. Especially when you consider you've got an 18-year-old in there who's setting the world alight right now in Buadi, and now they've got. I think with Morocco, they've silently got a very perfectly balanced team with what they've got perfectly, and they're just going to go under the radar. They're definitely a dark horse to go quite far.
From what I've heard from their camp, I mean, the whisperings sound like they're trending. Some of the words I've heard, I'm quoting this directly, they've said this is the best Morocco team in a generation. So that's definitely something that's kind of got me thinking. They've always kind of been in the mix. Some of the teams around North Africa that are up for it. Obviously, Egypt are in the finals, Tunisia are there too. But there's
Yeah.
always been, you know yourself, something special, something a little bit more dangerous about Morocco.
Mm. And they seem to be getting better as well.
Yeah,
So
that's the scary thing.
the way they just passed it, wow, they passed the ball around very, very quickly. They're very good on the ball, very composed.
Hmm.
And I mean, right now, the game is in there. Well, they're the ones holding all the keys right now. Scotland have to. They're going to have to press them a bit. They're going to have to. They're dropping back a bit. They have to come and press them.
Hmm.
There you
And
go.
what worries me is I don't want the short balls so much. I don't want them to play like you remember how Spain did when they won the World Cup and the Euros back to back. The way that was death by a thousand cuts. Those short, neat little passes, and they were just carving teams up. I
Yeah.
know Morocco's got the ability to do that to us tonight if we let them.
Mm-hmm. Bit of a crazy one because one of my colleagues, he's my colleague Lindsay. I'm going to send this to him when he comes back. But he's over there right now. He flew. When did he fly out? I believe he flew out on the Wednesday. He's there now. Oh, he's there now. He's flying back. I think on a Sunday night. He arrives back early hours on Monday, and he's going to come into work apparently on the Monday. And I
That's
just think to
bold.
myself, I think Lizzie, you just no, just stay at home. I think to myself, no, you can't come in. Like, everyone was just like saying, no, don't come in. You just got off the plane and you're going to come into work later that day. I don't think no, but he's there right now. So I hope he's having a good time. But yeah, I know the scoreline's not looking good right now. But yeah, I'd still love to be out there. It's a good atmosphere. It's a good
Yeah,
stadium.
man.
It's a very
It,
good
it
stadium as
looks
well.
it looks fun for sure. I have no
Mm.
love for the Patriots. I've had a running
No.
joke with a few of the trolls that come in and out of the chat. They are some good guys. I have much love for you. I just hate your team. That's all.
Mm.
But
Yeah.
we all due respect. The way we've been received by Boston has been quite amazing. I saw earlier on Facebook that there's been put into action basically the twinning of Glasgow with Boston. Um, I think it's fun because obviously you know how big some states are compared to the size of our country.
Yeah.
So I think you could get away with pairing the whole of Scotland with Boston, given the fact that obviously we have 6 cities, ladies and gentlemen. We are a population of around about 6.5 million people. I understand that you chose Glasgow with it being the popular centre, but if you look it up online, despite what it may look like online, it's not even the capital city. So I mean, let that hang as it may. But yeah, no, I mean it's a great move. The solidarity's been amazing.
Yeah.
Obviously the atmosphere just looks electric. I'd love to be over there, brother. I really would.
Yeah.
Um,
It is brilliant out
One
there.
of the things that kind of touched my heart and made me chuckle last night because I knew we were doing this tonight. I seen one of the English boys went into the pub with the Scots fans, and he ended up playing the bodhrán, the drum, along with the guy that was playing the pipes, and he's there in full England garb, giving it big licks. And I was like, yeah, this is a kind of a good sign that it's the right season for
Yeah.
moves like this
Yeah.
to get the British
Definitely.
invasion started, if you will. So
Oh yeah.
again, man, it's great to have you, and I'm looking forward to seeing what comes.
They need to push forward a
Yeah,
bit.
not
There we go.
convincing that at all from these guys.
No, they're still comfortable on the ball, but they need to. There you go. Just press them now. Just there you go. There you go. Is that what Tommy? Yeah, but Tommy's got the ball now. Yeah, they need to just keep holding the ball for a bit. But
Mm-hmm.
they're like pit bulls. Like the minute they lose control of the ball, they press straight away and they go right back into their shape. Like,
Mm-hmm.
like almost instantly. They're very very cool. They're very organized.
That's why it surprised me when I saw the team. I understand having Christie on as a holding midfielder. We spoke about this in the back a little bit. But what
Mm.
surprised me is I feel like Bengan and Doak showed his dynamics off the right wing against Haiti. He showed his speed, although he was taken off for cramps. I hope that's not an injury type cramp. I hope we see him in the second half because he proved that he can hit teams on the right. Obviously, we can do damage down the left with Robertson and McGinn.
Yeah,
But yeah, I'm not convinced by Shea Adams up front. I'll be honest. I don't think he's particularly good.
I think he's a bit. He's not as. There's something about him. I don't know. There's something about Shea I don't really like. Not like that as a player, but I
Yeah,
don't think he's not mobile enough. I don't think.
yeah,
I don't
I
think he's
agree.
mobile enough. He's a bit
I'm trying
like.
to think of like the other strikers we have because we're not very deep in that regard. You could throw Lawrence Shankland into the mix. I know he played well for Hearts this season and he's just been picked up by Rangers.
Mhm.
So it's going to be intriguing to see what he does over in Glasgow. But yeah, I mean, when it comes to striker, Scotland have never been particularly blessed. I'll say that it's been a long time since we had a James McFadden. I'll put it that way.
They're a bit all over the place right now.
Mm, I think that goal spooked them, brother. I
Yeah,
really do.
they're a bit all over the place. They're just they've got through a couple of times a bit too easy for my liking.
Mm,
But you always say as long as it's 1-0, you've still got a chance. So they have to hold at least hold them to one, and maybe as time goes on, they can get a goal. But I believe
mhm.
they can score, but
Yeah.
they can't afford to make any simple mistake like they've just done so just now a couple of times. They've just got through like nothing.
Yeah, that's what surprises me. I mean, when you're looking at our team, we've got McTominay, who's just obviously done so well with Napoli. You've
Mm,
got McGinn, who's just won the Europa
again,
League with Villa. I mean, you look
yeah,
at these guys and you go, these are no slouches. These are guys who understand like playing football at a high level. So it kind of shocks me a little bit that they have been surprised in this way.
yeah,
But with that being said, as we spoke about again in the back before we went, they are a dynamic side, Dino. They really are. They're quick.
mm,
They can break like few others, and I'm not surprised at all that they held Brazil. Because again, as we say, this is not the Brazil of old either.
no. I thought it would be a draw. I had a feeling that it was going to be. I didn't think Brazil were going to come out and do anything special. For them as well. By their standards. I look at the team. I think they've still got good players in the team. They've got a good squad, but I
Hmm.
think for me, they're a team that'll probably get put to the round of 16 and
Yeah,
probably get as far as that. Because right now, I just think getting to the quarterfinals maybe quarterfinals, but I think that's as far as they'll go. I
yeah.
think
Like,
there's other teams in here who I think they can probably beat them more. So I think with
yeah,
France, Spain, Argentina, England, I put in there as well.
yeah.
Um,
I think you're right to
you
do
know,
so for sure. Germany as well. On
Germany,
their day, Belgium. I think, despite the fact they're only ranked 10, I think on their day, Belgium are dangerous.
yeah,
So I think there's a lot of the European sides that are going to be in the mix. And as you say, world number one Argentina. I'm interested to see what more Messi's got in the tank because one more
yeah.
goal makes him all time top for the World Cup. Right now he sits with 16,
He's
along with
gonna, yeah.
Miroslav
I
Klose.
think he's
So
gonna get that. I think he's gonna get it. But then again, I keep thinking Mbappe's gonna. He's only how many Mbappe's got? I think Mbappe's got
uh,
14.
14, yeah,
So he's only two behind. So I think both of them are gonna. I think both of them are gonna get past that. I think definitely both of them. But I mean, between the both of them, that's just it's amazing. That's pretty amazing when you think of it.
I think it becomes a LeBron James, Michael Jordan question at that point because I feel like we look at how long Messi will be playing versus how long Mbappe will be playing.
Yeah,
Mbappe's got another sort of 8 years or so. So that's another two World Cups, so he could well surpass maybe 20 or so. But yeah, it's phenomenal. And then obviously still Cristiano Ronaldo, and then we didn't get the goal, but he was not what I was expecting in that Portugal game. So
the
although a
Portugal
lot of the big
as
names are
well.
showing up, there's a few that kind of need to wake up a little bit too. I would say,
Yeah,
Dean.
definitely.
A couple of sleeping giants, if you will.
Well, I mean, Spain just. I think they Spain. I don't know. When I saw the lineup for Spain, I thought, you guys are going to regret that lineup. You need to play. They should have played them. They should have played them off from the start. I think they should have played him from the start. Even if you just play him for 1 hour, just take him off. But that game, when it got to I think the 78th minute, I just thought, yeah, they're not going to score. They were still trying to do the same thing where they're still trying to walk the ball in, and I thought, no, you guys are just you're not thinking of you're just trying to be casual, and I just no. So credit to Cape Verde though, because I think they done well and they defended very well, and that's one thing I will say. They put their bodies on the line quite literally in that game.
And it surprised me as well that the Cape Verde keeper on his socials, he's surpassed Patrick Mahomes on followers on Instagram.
He had like 8,000.
So I did make me chuckle.
8,000 followers, now he's got like 5 million or something like that.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Like just like that.
Yeah, I was just like insane.
It's just that's crazy for me. I think they had him on the BBC as one of the players to what, like one of the players who's been the outstanding one. But I think he's it's a bit late for him to find a team. But hey, if he gets TV deals, then why not?
And if you're watching along with us in the UK, it may be time to temper your expectations just a little bit when it comes to Scotland, because I have the live win probability here as we speak, and with it being 1-0 Morocco, even with very little played, we're at 16 and a half minutes. The win probability is at 7% right now for Scotland and 16% for a draw. So these guys need to come out swinging, so to speak. Need to step it up a little bit. I don't mind playing for a draw tonight, Dean, because I think a point will do us nicely. But against a team of this calibre, I think another goal will end it. If we go 2-0 down, I think it's over.
Yeah. But they need to come out a bit more, be a bit more adventurous. I mean, they're still playing free at the back and playing for Clint's loose. Come on. Mm-mm.
It's not working. No way you want.
It's not working. I think he's got to change up a bit. It's not working. That's too easy. Goodness me. Good save. Hakimi just like ran through like it was nothing.
He's a damn good player. I'll give him that with all respect. And that was one of the face-offs that I think is the most intriguing. I think Hakimi versus Robertson rather on the left wing is going to be tasty. I think that's going to be one of the face-offs that kind of define this game. I mean, as I say, if we were to move our faces out of the way, that's the two guys that you would see on the background. So captain on captain, I love a bit of that. It gives me vibes of the old AC Milan Inter days. We have Zanetti and Paolo Maldini clashing.
Oh gosh,
I used to love that. I love the interview with Maldini when he says, "Oh yeah, I remember I ran through someone and we collided. Neither of us went down, and I looked at him, and it was Javier, and we just shook hands and we both said, 'Sorry, captain. Sorry, captain.'" I'm like, that is brilliant. I love it.
You don't see that. You don't see that these days.
Nah, man, that's the spirit of the beautiful game right there. And shout out to Scottish comic Kevin Bridges. He just done a recent kind of comic documentary where he went over to Brazil in search of the beautiful game. So he kind of embraced the South American culture, going to see a Sao Paulo game and all that good stuff. So he's had a lot of fun with it at the World Cup too. And he's also from Clydebank, same as John McGinn. So they've been back home getting a nice fry up and all that good stuff. So so shout out to the Bankies on that one.
It's another corner. The Hakimi's to take it. All the big boys up for there. All the big boys up for this one. Yeah. Yep. Oh, good clearance. Another corner.
And this is the thing that intrigues me as well in terms of the Scotland goalkeeper. I spoke about this with my fiance. I says to her, I like Angus Gunn. I think he's a fantastic goalkeeper, but at the age of 41 and given everything that he's done for the nation, I'm surprised that they didn't start Craig Gordon in between the sticks. I know, obviously, he's physically limited at this point in his career. I get that he's kind of holding on for Scotland, but at the same time, I would have given him the nod and the captaincy because that kind of experience you can't just buy that. You know, having played Hearts, Celtic, high level Scottish ball for a long time. Also a trip down south as well for some time. So
yeah, he played for Sunderland.
mm-hmm.
That he played for as well. Yeah, so he's still going strong as well. Yeah, I remember when he first came through years ago.
He said that he's said many times his health's on the decline now. He says if it wasn't for the World Cup and the game against Denmark and that goal, which obviously I think some people are still maintaining it should be put in the Louvre, but for what that's worth, no, I think Craig's holding on because he knows this is a generational chance. He's not going to get the chance again, so why not take it? You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, I think that's what Duncan Ferguson was saying just before the game as well, because he had a chance to play in '98, didn't he? And I can't remember what the situation was with him, but I think he just didn't go, did he? And he regrets it now. But you don't want to give it. You don't want to miss that chance. If he's there, yeah, take it. You got to be there for it. Got to just be prepared. Even if you just play the one game, just at least you can see you played in the World Cup.
Yeah, like as I say, they were interviewing Neil McCann, who's a former Rangers player as well, from the wing, and he was talking about Scotland and how I think he had I think it was 19 caps or so, but at the same time, for as long as he played and for as talented a winger as he was, he never got the chance to play at a World Cup. But it shows you how much it means to these Scottish players because again, it's been essentially a generation since we've done this. I was 7 years old the last time we played in a World Cup final. It's crazy, man.
98. So I was 98. I was in my GCSE year. I was in my GCSE year. I remember that. France won it. Jamaica got to the World Cup. Yeah, because all of my school friends were in our exams because most of them were Jamaican families. So all of them were like, yeah, I'm going to be following Jamaica stuff. But yeah, let me get a Jamaican shirt and follow you guys as well. So,
man.
That was a good World Cup. France played well.
My grandmother, she actually retired over to Jamaica as well.
Yeah.
So that was pretty fun. That was pretty fun. Okay, so I have familial ties to obviously Jamaica as well. So it's kind of pretty fun. And then shout out to my brother Don from the Unholy Alliance because I know he has ties in the Caribbean as well. I think Trinidad and Tobago, if I'm not mistaken. There's some Caribbean ties in here as well. So as I've said many times, I think you had us when you came in and mentioned food, but you're going to be just fine with us, brother.
Okay, I don't know if I'm behind on this because I'm watching on ITVX. So let's see what happens. So I've just seen someone put something up on WhatsApp. So I think I'm like 2 minutes behind. I think. Hold on. I'm sure something's happened because. Let's have a look.
I'm just trying to have a look now. Clock's still running.
Hey, Pep is there.
23 and a half.
Pep Guardiola's there. Oh, nice. Okay, so it's 23 minutes. It's the hydration break. The Moti. It's a hydration break. 23 minutes.
Here we go. Yeah, we are up to date. I've got 24 minutes. Scotland 0, Morocco 1.
Yeah.
Saibari. Just bear with me 2 moments. I'm just going to pop off camera real quick, brother. Just keep us up to date if anything does happen. Just coming off the break there. I'll be right back with you guys.
Yeah, we're literally on the hydration break, guys. 24 minutes in. We're just showing a goal again after 2 minutes. It's Shabari. the ball over the top from the right-hand side, cuts through the defence, makes it 1-0. Top bins. Nice little hydration breaks. There was another game on today, incidentally. USA 2, Australia 0 as well. Watch that game. Wasn't too bad. And then later on today, after this game with Scotland, it's Brazil versus Haiti. Kickoff is at 1:30. And then it's Turkey versus Paraguay at 4 a.m. That's all UK times, guys. And then tomorrow evening, Germany versus Ivory Coast or Côte d'Ivoire. The games are coming thick and fast now. So it should be a good day, good 2 days next day of 24 hours of football. So good. I think Steve Clarke needs to change things up a bit for Scotland. They're getting passed all over the pitch. We're going to restart now. I'm going to restart again. Yeah, Scotland got to be a little bit more aggressive. They've got to press a bit more. Yeah, they've got to push them out. They've got to press. Just keep pressing them back. Keep pressing.
We are back. It was time during the hydration break for myself to get recaffeinated. I've said many times on the show, I've been appealing for coffee or energy drink companies to hit us up for a sponsorship. So,
yeah, please do.
They don't call me this.
Let's get a bit of Red Bull in there.
Yeah, man, for sure. That's the thing as well. Like we were talking, and I think it's another reason why we clicked so well so early is the fact that you're like I am. You're a night owl, so if you're on, you'll be checking out sports news or stuff like media anyway. Yeah. So you're always kind of floating around. And I said that to Mad Mike as well, and I was like, "Nah, this guy's like me. He'll be up at ridiculous hours doing shit. So if you want, he'll find you at some point."
They're really going down that right-hand side. Oh, there we go. He's right. Okay, second run. It's a bit too easy for them getting through them like that.
Mm-hmm. I agree. We need to toughen up for sure.
Yeah, it's a bit too easy down that left-hand side. And the cutting in as well.
Yeah. I knew when I saw the style of play that we ran against Haiti that we weren't going to try and run the same style against Morocco, but I feel like to the same point, we could have done, because it would allow us a little bit more control on the right hand side. But I mean, Haiti, this is not. It's going to be a completely different match, especially now we're playing from behind.
Yeah.
So I do hope we respond, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure what we've got, especially because we don't have a real attacking threat, as we discussed. I think Scotland's weakest up front.
No.
And also, while we get the chance, I'm going to shout out the co-hosts. So Mexico and the USA, the first two teams to win both their opening games get 6 points. So you are going to see at least two of the three co-hosts in the last 32. So yeah, that's been good to see. I mean, I know they're both ranked top 15, but although it's not a surprise, it's obviously good for the host nations. So shout out to the USA and shout out to Mexico, man. Some great performances.
Canada yesterday as well. I watched their game yesterday. They done very well.
Oh yeah, 6-0.
6-0.
That leg break was
But I mean,
nasty though.
the game had everything. I mean, yeah, the 6-0, two red cards, a broken leg. I just, it was, yeah, it just got to a point where Qatar just, I think they just exploded. They just lost it. The tackle was quite bad. I mean, I heard the snap.
Oh.
And then I looked up at the, because I didn't realize, because I was late now. I looked up and I saw his leg a bit. I was like, I thought, oh crap, I think he's done something here. And then all the other players, then they zoomed out, and all the players were. I thought, yeah, he's broken his leg. I thought, yeah, that's not good. So it was, it wasn't nice. It was,
Prayers up for a speedy recovery, but
yeah,
your boys' tournament's over. That was a nasty one for sure.
And
And
he had a good tournament as well. He played well in the first game. He played well in that game. You know, he's not exactly a bad player. Kone, he's a pretty decent player. I think he's going to be one of those players who wouldn't be. Where is he? I think he's at Sassuolo in Italy. So I think he's one of those players who probably won't be where they are for long. I mean, there's quite a few players who I've seen play. I don't think they're going to be at the clubs. I feel like teams are going to come in for a lot of players after this tournament. There's been some very, very good performances from some good teams there.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more than that. That's another reason why I love the World Cup. It's kind of essentially an all-star game.
Yeah.
It allows you to kind of assess talent on the club level and see some of these breakout stars, or maybe in some instances guys from markets that you didn't consider. Some of the Caribbean teams, or some of the teams from Africa, or obviously Asia. As I say, not a lot of teams are looking into these markets in terms of transfers, but some of these guys can really, really go. As we see every tournament, you know what I'm saying? So it's definitely a good way to assess kind of what's out there.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, they're really going down that right wing. They're targeting the wings a lot, but more so down the right hand side. They're really like giving to Hakimi. Like he's really 18 years of age. He's really really good for his age. Well, I should say really good for.
Like I'd be intrigued to see where his ceiling is, because I feel like he has a lot of growth still to do, and that's quite an intimidating thought. I wonder where he'll be in maybe 3 or 4 seasons time. It's going to be interesting to see.
It's scary to think of it. You know, there's so many players coming through now who are at that age, like 16, 17. Even 16, between 16 and 19, who are just coming through now, and it's like, wow, where are you guys coming from? I remember when Alex Scott first came through. he was at Bristol City, and all of a sudden now he's at Bournemouth, and now he's now been linked with elsewhere. Max Dowman's come through. You got Rio Naguemo at Liverpool. You got the I can't remember his name, the Scottish one. I can't remember his name. The young one. I can't remember his name.
John McGinn.
No, he's a young one. He's a youngster. He's a winger. Scottish one. I can't remember his name.
Are you talking about Ben Gannon-Doak? I think he's Bournemouth.
I think yes, him. Yeah. He looks good as well. He looks very promising.
Yeah, he played so well against Haiti. That's why I was surprised he's not playing tonight. As I say, he's a great presence on that right wing. Yeah, but again, that's a physical team, and the reason we took him off was cramps. So I'm concerned as to whether it's going to be something that affects him going through the tournament. But yeah, I mean, definitely he's a threat. It allows us to kind of give real purpose down both wings, because obviously you've got the tried and tested Robertson McGinn connection on the left. But again, what really worries me is Scotland's. Well, we have been knocking in the goals, to be fair. You saw what we've done against Bolivia. You saw what we've done against Denmark. But with that being said, Scotland's not a team that's traditionally known for scoring a bag of goals. It's just something that is kind of... We play from the back, and it can be a strategy that's taken apart fairly easily when you play a team that's as dynamic as Morocco.
Yeah. They just had a chance as well, and they just fluffed it. So they're giving it. The more this happens, the more Scotland will I feel, can draw back into the game. Then they're fluffing their chances now.
Mm-hmm.
But Scotland are leaving gaps wide open, which is a bit of a concern.
Yeah, it's not. We kept it tight. I mean, we knew playing in the first game that Haiti were going to break, and we kept it tight at the back. We understand the style of play that Morocco is going to bring to us, so I think it may just be a calibre issue, because these players are stronger, they're faster than the guys we faced in the last game. But at the same time, there has to be more purpose about this Scottish back line. We're kind of getting manned right now. It's not good.
They've not had a shot on. Oh, God. There we go.
What I'm going to do as well, by your leave, Dean, I know some of the guys in the back were talking about it, so I'm going to leave that there as a topic. It means that if anyone's watching through YouTube and they want to jump on, join the conversation, I'll leave that hanging for a little while. I know you had mentioned, obviously, if anyone did want to guest as well, so let the people know if there's anyone that fancies jumping on. We're more than happy to have them as well. But yeah, as we say, coming towards half-time now, 38 minutes played. It remains Scotland 0, Morocco 1. Scotland looking pretty flat at the moment. Hopefully we can pick it up a little bit, find that spark. You know my guy, I've made no secret. I think we need to get BGD on for the second half. I think we need to control that right wing. I think that's the secret.
Yeah, they're definitely struggling down. Yeah. Keep forgetting as well. Maybe, I don't think it's as warm in Boston right now, but sometimes you have to realise weather plays a factor as well.
Oh, yeah. Me and the missus were talking about this recently. It's going to be tricky when we play Brazil, because we're in Miami. And then obviously if we do get through, there's every chance we could be drawn to Mexico. And as you saw in the group chat, I put up that weather report, and I said there is no way our team will be roasted alive if we have to go down there. Give us Canada. We like the cold, man. We thrive in the cold.
Play Mexico in Mexico City. Oh dear,
no. That's a tricky ask.
I mean,
there's Mexican natives talking about how warm it is and complaining. So I'm like, well, if you live there and you're complaining, then we are in trouble.
Yeah, it's the temperature, humidity, and what is it? The sea level. Well, I think they're like 7,000 above sea level or something like that. So they're quite high up in terms of altitude as well. So that's you got to do with altitude and heat. Yeah, that's a bit dirty.
That's the thing, though. Like I've tried to say, and I don't know if you experience this down in London, but especially up here, we are so cloudy and humid that when we get warm days, it still rains, but
Mm-hmm.
the clouds keep the heat in. So you can have 24, 26 degrees Celsius, and you can still be sideways with rain. It's such a strange weather system to live in. Like the way it's situated, Scotland should technically be covered in ice, the same way as Siberia and northern Canada are. The reason we're not is because of the North Atlantic Gulf Stream, but because of that, we're warmer, but just wet as all hell.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, there they come. See if they can get a breakaway. No, don't pass it back. We're done. As soon as they get a breakaway, there's like 3, 4 players around them. They,
We need to
they're
hit them
playing
with
like
their own game.
yeah, they're playing like they're Spain right now. They just get the ball and they just hold it. I mean,
Mm.
that's what they do.
I
Yeah,
think we
but they
need to
just
try and play them at their own game. I think we need to try and hold the ball up in the midfield, pass it around, get them moving, try and open up some spaces because they're playing really, really tight. At the back, they're playing similarly to how they played against Haiti because I think they fear that we are going to break away on them and get them on the counter attack.
mm,
And I think they're trying to keep things sturdy, see out the first half. I wouldn't mind. Like I'm pushing to get the goal before half time because then your speech in the locker room is completely different. But
yeah.
I don't know if we're gonna get it, man. I'm not sure.
They just they can't every time they get the ball, they're just everywhere. That's a free kick. Hmm. Match momentum. Yeah, Morocco's got everything. They got all of it.
Yeah, the likelihood of a Scottish win has dropped to 5%. We're getting dominated 5 shots to 0. They have 2/3 of the possession. They have about twice as many passes with better accuracy, less fouls as well. 3 corners to nothing. Scotland are being outclassed here. We need to step it up to another gear in the second half because this is not enough. This is
Well, yeah.
substandard to what we need to be if we want to be progressing into any last 32. I'm just going to call it like it is, bro.
Mm. You definitely need to change this up at half time. They look jaded and tired because they're just chasing shadow. They're chasing shadows. And every time they do penetrate, they've always got 3, 4 players around them. McGinn's got the ball now. He's got 3 players around him. I mean,
And this is what frustrates me. Scotland play for moments, but we don't. We're so inconsistent because there's no purpose in front of goal. It's so underwhelming, and it has been for a long time. I mean, this isn't a recent issue, but it's something that's recurring with Scotland. Is we're so inconsistent in front of goal. We get that break, and we never capitalise.
there's a free kick on the right hand side. At this point, just pull it right and just pull it right in the middle where the penalty spot is. There you go. That's a nice one. Ooh,
That was tasty.
that's a good one. I see every time they come forward, there's always there you go. Yeah, he's taking them out. Like, look at that. Look, same again. McGinn gets the ball. There's 3 players around him. It's not what. Yeah, that's not a foul. The minute they get the ball, there's 2, 3 players already there.
Mm-hmm. But they're not handsy. They're not playing physical the way Haiti were. It's just
No,
man on man.
they
They are
just
crowding so well.
it's just simple jockeying, just putting bodies there. That's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's not it's nothing fancy. They're just making sure they keep the shape. It's the minute they attack, they got a double marking or even triple. But
Mm-hmm.
there's a pro and con to that. If you've got 3 players around you like that, that means there's space for other players around. but it's just a case of whether you can get the ball out quick enough to get there. But
yeah,
they're so quick and they're so strong. It's even watching it, I'm struggling to find it because none of them are going forward.
yeah. And this is the question I pose to you. It's kind of pick your poison because we know that they can break. That's why I understand Andy Christie being there as the holding player in between the midfield and the defence. But at the same time, it negates that you have that threat down the other wing. So you really only have one real attacking option. And
Yeah,
going with a 4-1-4-1, if they're going to crowd, it's going to be difficult to break through that if you only have one lone man up front, unless you do it via set pieces. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely tricky. Finding the key to breaking these guys down in the second half is going to be a big ask for Steve Clarke and his side, but I think we've got it in us. I just think we need to step it up a little bit because this is not going to get it done.
they get full and then they drop back. There you go.
Mm.
Okay. Was a good cross. First time.
Mm-hmm.
Goal. Okay, so you just got to get them balls into the box early.
Mm-hmm.
So they found a gap. So they got the ball quick enough to the wing and they got it out. Good cross again, then we get
We've got a goal in us. Like you said this before the show, Dino. We've got a goal in us tonight.
There's a goal there. If you can, every time. Okay, so if you're gonna be jockeyed or manned up with three guys, like I said, you're gonna find space for. There's gonna be two guys who are gonna be wide open in space, just like now. It's just a case of whether you can get the ball out quick enough, and they did in that situation. They did. There you go. Well, no, they're in again. No cross. No. See, now they're finding the rim. See, now they're starting to find a bit of momentum before the half. So they're starting to find gaps now.
Yeah, I think we can definitely push on from here. We're into stoppage time now at the end of the 45. There'll be 5 additional minutes, so we're 47 minutes deep right now.
So we're free then. Okay. That's the one thing about Morocco. They do panic a little bit.
Mm-hmm. I think if we do get the next goal, the finish is going to be an interesting one.
Oh yeah.
I think both teams are up for it, but we, in terms of play, it's not been there. I was concerned, as I said to you before the show, about playing one lone striker. I understand it, but I had my concerns.
That's not bad enough. Come on, ref. How many barges is going to happen before you give something? Come on.
That's the thing. I've seen a lot of inconsistencies with the refs. They're either very, very soft or they're giving nothing.
There's a lot of even that game yesterday, but VAR is a bit weird for me now. That's nothing.
Yeah, I mean that's something we can definitely get into as a topic of discussion if you want to do that. We can get into the locker room for a chat and obviously talk about that. But I'd be interested to see how you feel about VAR, if you think it's been a positive or negative impact on football as a whole. And that's definitely an interesting conversation because I know it's quite a divisive one. So yeah, let's talk about that sometime.
Yeah, that is one I've wanted to do for a good while because there's still we've gone on about all day with VAR. for the past 2 years, I think fans from all teams have said the exact same thing. It's just the same word just comes up all the time with VAR, and that's inconsistency. It's it's the same word that everybody seems to just talk about every single time, regardless of whether it's in your favor or if it's not in your favor. It's just the inconsistency of what you're looking at and what you're not looking at, and what's being done and what's not being done. I mean, I can't. I mean, okay, I can figure two situations which happened with Arsenal, which I thought, hold on a minute. I know it happened with Arsenal, but if it happened to any other team, I would have gone on the exact same way. Like, it was the game against Wolves a couple of seasons ago, and there was a game against Brentford where it wasn't. The one against Brentford was probably the worst one ever. It was a goal. The goal wasn't given. It wasn't offside because, well, they say it was offside, but they didn't draw the second line to show where it was offside. They didn't draw a second line, but it was a goal. And then the second one was where Wolves broke out for a corner. The ball was still in their half. Miles Lewis-Skelly in his own half, like more close to his own 18-yard box, if anything, like kind of in the middle of the field. He goes into the player, he falls, and the referee gives the red card, even though there's two other players. All the players are in the Wolves half. They're not. But he's given a red card for a goal scoring opportunity, even though he's still in the Wolves half. And I think in the end, the FA came out and apologised for that. And the referee who done that didn't referee the next game in the Premiership. So obviously they got it wrong, but they didn't apologise. So it's they need to actually have people who are actually going to be trained to actually know what they're looking at with VAR.
Yeah, and I feel like there's got to be accountability, because I feel like that's the fall of all things. If you want to give it a general kind of coverall, I'd say that's the problem with the machine. Is that when you're relying so much on technology, yeah, there's going to be inconsistencies, but then you don't need accountability, because it's not my fault. I'm just human. The machine says, and I feel like there's a lot of that in it too. But I feel like that's also a bit of a cynical way to look at it. But that's kind of my just throwing it out there as well.
There's loads of there's many things that came up. I mean, I can even go back to what I saw in the game between, I think it was Motherwell and Celtic, that penultimate game of the season with the well, apparently it was handball. I thought it hit his head, but I just thought, well, you've given Celtic a last minute goal here. Now they're going to go and play Hearts at Ibrox at Celtic Park and beat them. So it kind of, that was a bit of an issue on that one for me. But there's
it was a bit of an interesting one. I did see kind of. I have a lot of people who support all three teams on my social media, and I think regardless of who you supported in the league, whether it was Rangers, Celtic, Hearts, or Motherwell, you had strong opinions one way or the other on how that felt. But with all that being said, I mean, I would need to go back and look at it again. But I really think it's just great for Scottish co-efficiency, because you have teams like Motherwell now into the Europa League. You have Hearts and Hibs, or Hibernian, they're into the Europa Cup, Europa League as well, waiting for their qualifying matches and things of that nature. For so long, Scottish football's been dominated by just the green and white and the blue and red of Glasgow, and I feel like it's been refreshing to see some of these other teams compete. It's been a long time coming, decades, in fact.
It's true. I think it's been like that since I was born. I think I've been Celtic or Rangers up 82. So it's always been one of the two every single time. And it always drew up the question when I was younger, like where would Celtic and Rangers finish in the Premiership? And I just thought, well, with all due respect, if you're going to compare the Scottish Premiership to the Premier League, I mean, I would say mid-table. Well,
mid-table at best, mid-table, with a transfer budget. With all due respect, some of those bigger teams are just equipped to do a lot more damage than the top teams in Scotland are. So I'm not going to take disrespect in that. I understand. completely what you're saying. The caveat for me would be who would be the managers of these teams, and who would be the staff that you put around them. Because to throw back into the history books just a little bit, the last time a non-Old Firm team won the Scottish Premier League was Aberdeen, all the way back in 1992. And funnily enough, the manager of Aberdeen at the time went on to become one of the greatest, not just British managers of all time or Scottish managers, but one of the greatest football managers of all time, and that being Sir Alex Ferguson. So, I mean, it depends as well what kind of staff you put on board, because you need the drive to compete in the Premier League as well. But yeah, with all that being said, I think mid-table is a completely fair assessment. But yeah, it's a fun talk, and it's kind of it's a little bit of a throwback for me because it's been a second since I've had to chat about association ball, so it's been fun.
I mean, it's been good. I mean, it's grown on to me now. I mean, when it first started, I feel a lot of people were, especially with the World Cup, everyone was just been saying, "Yeah, it's not grown on me. I've not watched no games," but now I think everyone's now starting to get into it now. I think everyone's gradually starting to get into it. Now, a few friends of mine weren't interested. My mother, she was like, "No, I'm not going to watch none." She lost watching football. She's just been like, but now I think she's now starting to get into it. And a couple of people at work, they've, I mean, everyone's done. They've done. I missed the sweepstake, but everyone who's done the sweepstake is starting to slowly get into it as well. So it's becoming slowly into the mix, as it were. So it's what I've said, but yeah, it's one of I think one of the supervisors, he picked out two teams. He got Spain and Portugal.
That's not bad.
You know, and I just said to him, yeah, you're lucky. You just keep, and I can't remember who, someone else got France, but yeah, I just said, yeah, between you two, I think you've got it. But, I think right now, I think the best team I've seen play so far, the best team I've seen play, it probably has been France. For what they did,
France or Norway,
who they're playing. Yeah,
I feel like Norway looked real good, but then again, I put it down to also the strength of the opposition. It was Iraq, whereas France played Senegal, who are I would need to check that list I sent you again, but I think they're around about 18th. So that's not something that is not a bad ranking. So I mean, to do 3-1 against them is a lot more impressive. But yeah, I mean that was the day when the heavy hitters started to show up. 2 for Haaland, 2 for Mbappe, and then obviously the hat trick for Messi. It's been a fun World Cup so far. Already a lot of history been made, so yeah, I'm having fun with it, man.
It's a bit of a. I knew it was going to be a challenge for staying up to watch some of them, but some of them were starting at like. There was one game which came at 5 o'clock in the morning, which was 5 o'clock or 4 o'clock, but. And then I leave them ones alone. I mean, I think I can stretch go with.
Like I'll have them on in the background if I'm doing nothing else. I may check out the Brazil game and chill out with that, but
I might watch that one.
I will not be available for the Group D match later on.
I'll watch Brazil. The only way I'll watch Brazil, but then at the same time, SmackDown's on, so I'm gonna kind of see if I can do both. Watch both. Decide what Taylor's leave, so I'm going to do a bit of that, and then then go sleep afterwards. I think. Then watch. I think Germany's playing tomorrow. One other game. There's a couple of games though. Germany's playing tomorrow. There's one other game. I think it's Norway. I can't remember, but a couple of good games on tomorrow, which I'll be keeping a lookout for. But it's been it's slowly starting to get there. It's slowly starting to get there with how it's going. It's starting to shape up. So. It's going to be interesting to see who picks up the third place positions. Obviously, the top 2 go through, but it's going to be good to see who's going to go through from the third place spots. That'd be good. So, I think Scotland will.
As I understand it, with the round of 32, then that is going to be 12 groups of 4 with first and second, that'd be 24, and then your best 8 third placers, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's that round 32, round
How are they
16.
seeding that though? I'd be intrigued
I
to see
don't
because obviously normally you would do top of A, second and B,
second B.
and do it
I
that way.
don't know
But
how they're doing it this time. Hold
yeah,
on. I've got the thing somewhere.
that's one thing I'd need to double check. I'm intrigued to see how the knockouts, unless they seed them. I don't know. Reseed and
Yeah,
redraw. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure how they've done it. I've got the thing here. Well, I haven't actually opened it yet, but I need to see
Yeah, it'd
how
be
they're doing
intrigued to
it. But
know.
it should be. Let's see if I can get open. Uh, I'm not sure if it's a case of trying to keep the hosts away from each other. I'm not sure if it's that, but
Oh yeah, that's the thought.
I'm not sure if that's how they're doing it. But give it that.
And with all due respect to the USA, I don't think that's a match they want. I don't think you want Mexico.
No, I've seen them both play each other. I mean, it can't. Well, let's say get heated. I mean, they are rivals, but I think at this moment in time, they tend to go in between the both of them. They tend to go in tandems. Like one minute, one's better than the other, and the other one's just rubbish, and then the other one's better. And at this moment in time, I think if they both play each other now, I think Mexico would probably just take it. But I think it depends on where they play. If they play in Mexico, then Mexico's winning the game. That's how it tends to happen. Let's have a look.
You could see them going neutral site as well. Like I could understand if they go like, Mexico, USA, we'll put it in Canada or something like that. You know what I'm saying? That makes sense. But yeah, a locale for that game is going to be important. A locale for a lot of these games is going to be important because, as I say, it's not just Scotland. Obviously, I'm biased in that way, but I mean, teams like Sweden or Norway, when they get through, if they're drawn to go to say Monterrey or something for a game, it's going to be tough. Like the adjustment, as I say, we've got coming from Boston in Miami. That I think that's going to be a tough one. I think it's going to be a lot smoother for the Brazilians. So that's why I put a lot of credence on having a decent result tonight. But it's not been a great start, to be honest.
There's just one. I don't know how they've done this. Yeah, I don't know how they've done this. This is a bit of a weird one. Six. Yeah, I have no idea how they've done this, but
I'm just having a look here.
okay.
All it says is all 12 third place teams are ranked, with the 8 teams that have the best record moving on to the next round. It doesn't say anything about how they're then seeded, so yeah, I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, it just I mean, some of the games it has the winner. I think it says here like match one. The winner from match one would be the team that finishes first in Group E, which is Germany's group, would then play the third place team from either which is A, B, C, D, or F. So whoever finishes top of Group E will play a third place team. Effectively, okay. I think that's how it's got. I think. Hold on, one. I think that's how it's going. I don't know how. Yeah, it's a bit weird.
Here we go. Yeah, I mean, if you're looking at what I am, bro, then you've got like, for instance, here the runner-up of E will take up the runner-up of I. Winner of L will take on the best third place of EH, IJK, things like that. I think a lot of it's got to do with seedings and things like that. So it's all a bit of a mess. I'll be honest.
I've got the BBC's one, It's got printed out lovely from my reprographics team at work. But it just it looks a bit weird. But I think they should have just kept it simple, like just. I think they like it was good when it was winner of Group A, winner of Group A faces runner up of Group B. But then if they've got the seeded teams in there, then it kind of does make sense. So I'm not sure how. I think once it's done, we're gonna kind of see how it goes. But
I think I'm going to just play it by ear. If we get that far, to be honest, and see what comes out. Like I wouldn't be against having a second draw, just reseeding the teams based on Coca-Cola ranking, throwing them back in the pot. But I mean, that's just my take on it. But I think that would be an interesting way to do it, especially if you're incorporating some 16 extra teams and you're getting more input like that. I feel like not necessarily another league phase, because it used to be 32. You'd do the groups, but I like the bigger knockout. But I would probably, if I would redraw for the knockouts personally, seed them 1 through 32 and go from there. But it's cost and effect. I don't know if they feel the need to do that. They'd rather just confuse us.
I think so. I think they know what they're doing. They wait for I think when it gets to the round of 16, then you'll start seeing all that's the good match. There's the good match. There it is. Then we'll start seeing who's going to be the big ones around. But I think I can't see it right now at this moment in time. I can't see anything past France for some unknown reason. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's something about them I just can't
obviously
see.
It depends how the knockouts fall, but I've probably got the France-Argentina final, maybe.
And then there's always one thing that my friend always says, my friend Leon says, don't count out the Germans. So they can be the sleeping giant that they are and just be like, okay, you guys can talk about France, but we're going to go about our business and we'll see you there. So they did that in 2014 as well. So and they won it. So that was good as well. But I think now, it should be, it's going to be tough, but it should be good. Does it feel like as well that the half times are a bit longer as well?
Yeah, I feel like you're right, and they're adding a lot more stoppage time off the back of that as well. And I was going to say, I feel like Spain feel disrespected as well, because they're coming in as champions, yet they're only the second highest ranked team in Europe, because France are number 2. So it kind of begs belief why the Spaniards are feeling a little bit, feeling some kind of way about that. But if we do get a Spain-France game, that one might get a little bit tasty.
Yeah, that's going to be very, very interesting one, that one. But I just remember watching the game, watching France, and they took off Doué and put Barcola on. Barcola scored within a couple of minutes, and then they took off. Who did they take off after that? They took off. Who came off? Someone came off, and they put on Shirky. So I thought, well, all these guys can start. Like they got a scary team. Oh.
Well, here we go then. Second half is underway.
Yep. So you can see they're keeping on the ball. Okay, keeping on the ball a bit now. Yeah, there you go.
Just need to play with a little bit more purpose.
Mm-hmm.
We know now that they're going to crowd us at every opportunity, so I just feel like we need to play them at their own game a little bit. The short, the nippy little balls and things like that nature, keep them guessing. And as I say, the gaps might open up. It may be easier said than done. We've obviously spoken about how well they've been playing, but idealistically, that's what I'd be looking to do. Sort of drag them out wide and let those spaces open up a little bit.
Ooh, they've come out. They've come out of purpose now.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good spell of possession. I think he's had a word with him and just said to have a bit more intent.
Mm-hmm.
They've come out. They had a good spell of ball there. But I'm starting to. But as I've watched this game, I'm starting to see more of what you're saying about Che Adams now. It just feels like it's a wasted spot out there. It's like he's non-existent.
Yeah, I mean, I felt like that when I saw that the Scotland squad was announced. I was like, okay, Shea Adams, Lawrence Shankland. There's no star power. There's no names where you go like, okay, like you guys have got Harry Kane, you've got Jude Bellingham, you've got guys like that, and then you look at Scotland, and I'm like, we don't really have that trigger man. Our trigger men are like attacking midfielders. Yeah, they have skill, they have ability, but McTominay's not an out and out striker. Neither is McGinn. So it does kind of beg a belief as to when Scotland will next produce a true finisher, because it does come back to haunt you in games like this.
Ooh, is that in the? What's he done there? That's a penalty.
Oh, okay. Wow.
That's a penalty. Okay.
That's a stonewaller. I just saw the replay there. That's pretty egregious.
I've seen. If that's anywhere else on the pitch, that's a free kick. So why is that not a penalty?
Shout out Raymond. He's just saying a dive. Yeah, there has been a lot of that, man. We saw it in the dream game too, like flopping. They pulled a Caitlin Clark, brother.
Yeah, it did look a bit. Well, I've seen them given the Premiership, but okay.
That's the thing. I want to see fair refereeing at this World Cup. I know there's been some inconsistencies with the refereeing, as we were saying earlier on, but I just feel like there's got to be a happy medium as well there.
They just hit the woodwork.
Thank you for joining us. As we say, we're just experimenting with getting some soccer, as you would call it, football for our European friends as well, or a bit of football if you're from Scotland. So, as I say, we promised you guys that we were going to keep great things coming. Keep adding new blood to the family as well. So shout out to Dino, as I say. He's been chomping at the bit to get to work as well. So, Raymond, if you can see as well and you're watching us on YouTube, the link's there if you want to jump on and get chatting if you've got the game on. As I say, I would turn your audio down just so that we don't run any risks of copyright. But apart from that, man, you're more than welcome to join us. Just chatting it up, having some fun, and enjoying the vibes for the World Cup.
They just hit the bar as well. Jeez.
Scotland hit the bar.
No, Morocco.
Jesus. There it is. I think I'm running about maybe 40 seconds behind you, bro, give or take.
What minute are you on? I'm on the 51st minute.
50-29. So I'm about 40 seconds behind you.
Oh, good save. Oh my gosh. About 30 seconds. That's a good save. Jeez.
There you go. I'm up to date now. 51-40. That was a good save.
Good save.
Nicely done.
He ripped his shirt. Oh, save. Jeez. Damn.
Take a bow, man.
Well, he's having his shirt ripped.
Told you, man, this is getting testy. We'll take the draw. Appreciate you, man. Yep, that's 52nd minute. We're into. Still remains Scotland 0, Morocco 1. It's looked a lot more dangerous. There's been a lot more action to kick off this second half.
Morocco don't want to turn this into a brawl because if they do, then I know what's going to happen. So
yeah, you don't want to brawl with Scotland.
no, you don't, because they'll turn it old school and they will score. And I know what Scotland are trying to do because I'll do the same thing. Just yeah, bring them out.
Go full on Gerard Butler.
Yeah,
Haven't you noticed we've been sharing our culture with you all morning?
just bring them out. Just let them there because they lose their composure a bit now. I think they know they need to score another goal, but Scott, they'll start pressing them there.
Yeah, I feel like whoever gets the next goal is going to take control of the match. I feel like, as you say, they got a shock when we were pushing forward. So if we can
Mm,
capitalise on that and get that goal and it's 1-1, I feel like we can maybe push to get a second before we close out. I wouldn't put too much pressure on it, but that would be the run of play. I feel like if
yeah,
Morocco get a second, as I say, it's going to kill the building momentum that Scotland's got behind them. But we need to stop sitting back because this isn't Haiti. If they catch us on the break, we are going to pay for it.
there you go. All right, they're coming forward a bit again. There they go. Yeah, they definitely got that's a foul. Come on. There you go, there you go. Yeah, they could definitely have more on the ball this time.
Mm-hmm. I like that we're not relying on the long ball quite so much. I feel like we were over relying about putting it over the top against Haiti.
Yeah.
And it's something we haven't been doing quite so much in this game. So I like that we've kind of cleaned that up a little bit.
I mean, who would you
Because I
bring on
think
now?
all things being considered, I feel like Scotland are gonna. I mean, Brazil rather. I think they're not going to have any problems handling Haiti tonight. So it's going to be a three-horse race as to who goes through. I think realistically, I've seen some of the pundits talking about it, and I think topping the groups may be a lofty expectation, but there's no reason to think we can't get maybe second, or if not
Mm,
second, we can definitely be in one of the eight that go through from third. Um, don't want to say group of death. That gets thrown around a lot. I know Dino, but I
mm,
mean it's not a group you want to find yourself in particularly either, is it?
no, no. Jeez. Around the corner of the ball.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier too, Raymond. It's a little bit letting it be a little bit rough, a little bit argy bargy.
Yeah, I
We
think
like that.
he's
It's,
letting it
it's
go.
old school.
Mm.
You're not into the refs that are a little bit soft with everything. It's not ballet. You're big tough boys and girls in some cases, obviously. But yeah, because I mean Scotland's women have been flying pretty high as well. They've been dominating recently.
They've been doing quite well.
I don't know how much you follow the women's game, but
I think
yeah,
I, I think I mean, from what I've seen, I mean, I watched on the WSL. I haven't seen really much of the Scottish Women's League, but I know the Scottish women. Yeah, they're coming up. They're up and coming now. They're coming up again, which is good. But obviously, England have won the bench. England women won the benchmarks in the women's game.
yeah. I
I
think
think
if
it's
I'm not
between
mistaken, your girls just won the last World Cup, didn't you? Or the
they
last Euros, one of
won.
the
What
two.
did they win? Did they win the Euros? They won the Euros. Did they win the World Cup as well?
I think so. At some point, I
I know
could
they
maybe
beat.
mistake.
I remember they beat Spain on penalties. I think that was the Euros. If I recall, I know they've won a couple of things. So, but they definitely are. Yeah, with them, they are definitely a benchmark.
Yeah,
think between the Americans, Spain, they're good as well. Brazil, no, not Brazil. What's good in the women's game? Germany's good. Japan's good.
Yeah.
Canada's women are actually quite good. Yeah, they're good as well. Someone else I'm missing. France are good as well. They're decent. Sweden are good. The Netherlands. And there is somebody else. I think it's America already. There's someone else I can't think, but yeah, there's a good few of them that are quite decent.
Here we go now. They became the UEFA Women's Champions in 2022, retained the title in 2025 as well. It was marked as the first time that any senior England team had won a major tournament away from home.
Yeah, they beat Spain, I think, they beat Spain on penalty. Yeah, because is it Atina Benatti? She's the best player in the world. She missed a penalty. Her penalty was saved. And then after that, England went on. I think I can't remember the one who was in goal, but she saved 3 penalties.
Yeah.
I remember that game.
Here we are. Yeah, the 2025 Euros. You girls didn't win a World Cup, but you did come up with runners up in 2023, apparently as well. I'm trying to look back and find out who that was.
Spain.
Okay. Yeah,
that was Spain. Yeah, Spain. So Spain, England, the States, they're probably them 3. And Germany and France. They're probably the best women's teams. I think Tierney's coming. Yeah, is Tierney coming off? Yeah, Tierney's coming off. And Gannon Doak is coming on now.
There we go.
So I think they're looking for a bit of attack.
Step
for a bit of
up, get the
now.
goal.
Yeah,
definitely.
It's set up for you, young man. Go and score a goal.
For sure, man.
I can actually see it happening as well. I can see, him getting a goal.
By the energy, by the run of play, and the fact that we've switched that out, it's definitely, I think, we were pushing for a draw, but I think this is definitely, we're going out there to grab this goal.
Yeah. Yeah, they're finding a lot more space now. So, yeah. They're getting a lot more of the ball, so they need to, but it's at the wrong end. Need to get up the field, boys.
I'm glad we've upped the tempo.
Yeah, they're passing the ball around a lot more, but there you go. Let's see what's there.
It's not a style that Scotland like to play. Naturally, we like to sit back a little bit more than this, but I'm glad that they've got the guys that can fight, that can step up that gear. As I say, we can exploit them through the wings, we can pull them out wide, and then we can look to kind of get the ball through the middle with guys like McTominay and McGinn. So there are ways we can get through and get that goal, especially now that the young Gannon Doak's on. I feel like, as I've said a few times tonight, I feel like he's one of the keys at this campaign. I know he's just a young boy, but he's got some moves. He can get it done.
Yeah. Say 20, was he 19, 20?
Yeah, I think 19.
The free kick on the left.
I really hope so, Raymond. He's saying if you're sitting just playing defence, eventually the Scots are going to get you. One can only hope. As I've said many, many times, these are no slouches we're playing. It's the seventh best team in the world. So a draw will do. A draw will do. I'm an idealist, but I'm also realistic about some things. I am in no false pretenses tonight.
Kimi had a shot? No, it's gone wide.
And shout out to you again, man. Like, I've been having fun with this. We've done the watch parties before for the NFL and things like this, but as I say, with the World Cup, it was time to try something a little bit different so that we can kind of test the water a little bit. So it's been fun. So yeah, I mean, good shout out. It was kind of going off a few things that Dean had said, and he said that he was heavy into Arsenal and things of that nature. So I was like, well, do you know what? It's the World Cup. We're going to be doing Scotland anyway, so why not kind of throw something together tonight and get on and have some fun with it? So we appreciate everybody that is tuning in and having fun. But yeah, I think we've got another one here. Move. Yeah, I agree. I said that coming into the game. That's what we've done. We started with
definitely.
a 4-1-4-1,
Yeah.
which essentially means one man up front, four across the middle, and one man behind is what we call a holding midfielder.
There you go.
But
There you
yeah, now
go.
that
There
we've
you
made
go.
that switch, we've got a more dynamic winger on there.
Much better. It's much better. It's much better. Now they're
And
taking.
you see now, Raymond, how the pace of the game has stepped up as well. And Dino will clarify that Scotland's playing at a much faster pace
Much
now
better.
because
That's
Ben's a
much
quick
better.
boy. Ben is very, very quick.
That's much better.
And there's a fun fact for you as well. We were talking about the 1998 World Cup as well. That was your first World Cup, and it was also the last time that Scotland made the finals.
That was your first World Cup. This is my. Oh jeez, this is how far am I going to go back?
Too far.
Oh gosh, my first World Cup I remember was 1990. Oh jeez, gosh, I was 7 years old. I was 8. I was 8. But how many World Cups is that?
The same for me.
One,
Like if I
two.
think back, I'm 35 next month. So if I cast my mind back, 98, I would have been 7. I don't really remember 94. So I guess I would be right there with you. The first World Cup I remember would have been 98.
94 was 94 was all right. That 94 was all about Baggio. I remember that. And the infamous thing that happened with what was his name? Colombia defender. His name was Escobar.
Yeah,
It was Escobar, wasn't it? Yeah, Escobar.
that was crazy,
yeah,
man.
that was bad. That was I felt sorry for that. When I first heard, I was like, "What?" He was only playing a couple of days ago, and then and it just
Like that. That's a bit of a dark one to get into. But if anyone is in the chat and wants to investigate that, go look that up. But yeah, that went south quick.
Yeah, really south because that was raw. But I don't forget. I think that was Maradona. Was that Maradona's last World Cup? Was it?
I think you're right. Yeah.
Maradona's last World Cup. Ronaldo, R9, was in the World Cup, but he didn't play. He was only 16 in that one. England didn't qualify because they just weren't good enough. All I remember about England, because they had to beat San Marino by a certain amount of goals, and they didn't because San Marino scored after 40 odd seconds.
Yeah.
And then I think the other team who they had to beat, they were already winning by a bit of goal difference. So England didn't make. England didn't make it. Ireland went. Who else was there? Germany was there. USA was hosting it. Sweden had a good team, and then the final was between Italy and Brazil. And they went to penalties, and then Brazil won.
And that's the thing about Brazil, because that was where I first encountered my favourite player of all time. It was at the FIFA World Cup 2002. It was a very, very young Ronaldinho scoring that 45-yard screamer of a free kick against England. And I just went, wow, this kid wearing 10 is going to be special.
Oh gosh, yeah, he made David seem like an idiot that day.
Oh, like it was the whole point. Like David Seaman to this day, like I'm like, do you know what? I love that you can laugh about it. He brought out like a goalkeeping nightmares show, and he says, "Well, like, if I was beaten by like on purpose, it was one of the greatest goals on planet Earth in history. But if it was an accident, I've got to just shake it off and move on.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even say his name to this day." And
That's
we've also
crazy,
got
man.
Dr. Dirty Bird in the house. Raimundo, buenos dias, mi hermano. How are you?
Hello, mates. How are you
Hello,
guys
hello, hola, hola,
doing?
hola.
Good
Doing
to
well,
see
doing
you
well.
guys. Hola, hola. World Cup going crazy, man.
Mm-hmm. That's it, man.
CC, and I mean, shout out again to the host nations. I know you have affiliations on both sides of the border, so coming from El Paso yourself. So, I mean, shout out to Mexico, shout out to the USA. First two teams into the final 32. So, you're bound to be happy of that, brother.
Oh, hell yeah. We were excited to see Mexico pull out a win yesterday against South Korea. We've been watching how the South Koreans have just been loving being in Mexico. They are drinking tequila. They are eating tacos. They are dancing cumbias. They are learning Spanish cuss words. It has been so fun to see how South Korea and Mexico are just really getting along. And Mexico, with its open arms, welcoming all the countries to the World Cup. I believe they have been such a great host, as well as Canada, a great host as well. Inside the United States, of course, we've had our issues. We've had our controversies, which carries every World Cup. It seems like they have their controversies, and United States did not escape that as well. And so, yeah, a little upsetting on some ticket prices, and I wasn't able to afford any games like that. Uh, there were some games in Houston, which is probably 10 hours away. Dallas was hosting some games 6 hours away, but man, just the prices were just unreal.
Yeah, I saw a lot of
Yeah, I saw
complaints
that.
there. I also saw that some of the guys were refused travel visas and things like that on the run up to the tournament. So it's been pretty tricky for some of us Brits who've been coming over because obviously two of the four British constituent nations are in the tournament. Obviously, Scotland playing tonight, England played just the other night as well. But what I want to do is shout out the States, shout out Mexico and Canada as well, because all
Yeah,
three of your nations have been
they've been really
enormously
up in
gracious
there, man.
hosts.
Yeah,
Absolutely, man. It is great to host the World Cup again here in the States, see all the excitement from all the international fans that have been able to make it. And it's really been a treat, man. I've watched every single game. I have not missed one.
You're a bit like us, man.
brilliant.
You don't sleep too much, so you fit in with the FNI vibe just fine. I think we're all running on caffeine and self hatred at this point.
Amen to
Been,
that, bro. Amen
been
to that.
drinking. I've been
Yeah.
drinking the
So
cappuccinos the last
Cheers,
three,
boys.
4 days, man.
I remember the time. I don't remember what year it was, but those that are in Japan on another side of the world where the games are 3 a.m., my ass is up.
Yeah,
That was
like
that
so
was
it
two
was
thousand
so
two.
much of an event in Scotland that some of the
Yeah,
local pubs were open all through the night. The buses were running up until 7 a.m. And I thought this was a nice touch. There's a famous bus company in Scotland called McGill's, and they changed themselves through the World Cup to McGinn's buses. And I was like, you know what? I love it. I can't grumble with that. It's the little things, as they say.
It's great to see you, man. It's been a while since we've been online. I know you've been getting me, and eventually we'll get something together. But Scotland and Morocco, what a game, man. What a game. All of them, I've been pleased with all the games. They've expanded the teams to 48, and now you see like Haiti doing great things. Just amazing teams that we've never seen before,
Yeah,
Cuba out there with the game. It's just really, really neat, man.
yeah, man, it's truly amazing, and I guess it adds to the party atmosphere as well because there's so many more
mhm.
teams. There's so much more of a mix and a sort of melting pot of different fans, and minglings of cultures and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
I may be biased, but I've kidded. I've had a joke going for the last few days with my fiance, just obviously saying that the Scots will party with anyone. There's footage of us having a laugh with the Norwegians, the Iraqis, the English, the Americans. It's like we're not fussy. We'll come just for the party. The score would
Heck
like
yeah.
to win would be lovely, but we are here for the party.
Yeah, I saw some post, some Facebook or something like that, or news where the Scots were complaining about the plane flights over. We're running out of beer.
Yeah, we warned you. Like some of the guys in the group chat were talking about. You know that the cities that are shortlisted, Atlanta may get Scotland versus Brazil, and I went, nah, you don't want that. You don't want that. Oh dear.
But it's been great. I've been seeing these
Shout out to
David.
you too, brother. It's great to have you back.
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah, man, I appreciate it. These games, I've seen a couple of David versus Goliath games that, nations that were not ranked very high, giving these higher ranked nations a little bit of a fit. And it's nice to see, like I said, these new teams, these new nations, and it's great for their fans and their country. Just some haven't been in the World Cup first time ever. Some like you guys been for a while, 28 years or so. So we're seeing a lot of those, and it's really nice to see the little clubs. I always go for the underdog, always.
Yeah, man, it's fun, and I mean it's all the more reason to rep us tonight because we're in there with a couple of giants scrapping it out. So those are the kind of Tyson Furies and the Anthony Joshuas of the world, and here we are, an aging Mike Tyson, but we're still swinging.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And you know what? You guys aren't getting beat bad. It's not like a 5-0, 6-0. If you can go 1-0 to Morocco and they're 7th in the world, I mean, that tells you belonged in the World Cup. You guys got a great team, man. So, yeah, pulling for you guys always.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah.
As I say, we're looking forward to getting into some more Falcons content with you as well going forward. I know your family are all Falcons fans, so we're looking forward to getting something going in that in that respect. And also, I know obviously being bilingual as you are, you're going to be a big hand in what we're trying to build down in the Latin region as well. So as I say, we're kind of trying to push that right now, brother. So I know it's been a minute, but we're thrilled that you circled back. And as I say, now you and Dino have got the chance to meet each other. But this is what I said. It's kind of the off season, so it's a great time to do some watch parties, do some fun things, and just obviously get to know each other better as a squad before we fly into things for the season ahead. Because let's be honest, the Falcons are flying under the radar, underappreciated again. But I'm up for a fun season. Win, lose, or draw, it's going to be a fun season.
Amen to that. Amen. It's hard to find content off season. During the season, it's easy to find content. We're in the games, you're entertained every weekend. But this off season has been one of the most exciting for me because of you guys, the Atlanta Falcons, LLC International Club, the Scottish Falcons. Now you got the Loch Ness coming on. And for me, that's kept me busy into the Falcons. This was the first time really in my life that I really, really got down deep into the draft, who we were drafting, who we had on the team. I mean, going down to the free agents. And I had to start paying attention because you guys were talking all this. And I'm like, hey, if I got to be around these experienced, intelligent people, man, I've got to do my homework. There you go. That looks good right there, boy.
Listen, man, we appreciate that so much. And
that's a good
segue there by Dino because he's repping the Union flag. Obviously, we've got the brothers down south. So shout out to Danny and Mark and the boys at ATL Falcons UK because we're going to be doing a lot of good work soon, as I say, similarly to what we're doing in the Latin region as well. So when I promised you an international channel with more shows coming around the world, I'm going to hold true to that. So Dino, Raymond, guys, if you're still sticking down in the chat, thank you so much because you're the lifeblood of this thing.
Man.
More good stuff coming. You can bet on that.
I guarantee you, Will. You've
Oh
made
yeah.
the season way better, off season way better. You guys, the organization, Maggie and all her groups, and all the different podcasts that she has, the Ladybirds. But of all of them, I think I mean you're my favorite. I think the knowing that there was Atlanta Falcon fans across the pond was just amazing, and just to get invitations from you because sometimes out here in Texas, in a small little town, it can be very isolated. There's this is Dallas Cowboy country, and so it seems like everybody and their mama is a Cowboy fan around here. And so, yeah, sometimes I'm a little outnumbered, but I always know that I'm not alone.
Well, when it comes to the Cowboys, my mother's a Cowboys fan too, so I would say, don't you talk about my mama. But no, I mean, I get what it's like. I have a perennial joke with my mum, but to her credit, she does say, "Listen, son, if Dallas don't win the Super Bowl, I want Atlanta to do it." So I'm like, "Well, you know what? I'll give you that. I'll give you that."
Oh God, that's hilarious. We've had a couple of jokes on between you and I here this past year on your Cowboy mom fan, and then
Oh yeah.
you know what? The really good juicy stuff eventually we'll get to is the Texas Tech, University of Texas little spat they've
Yeah,
had,
brother. I have a show.
and
I
the
have a show set.
fallout.
We can do that
Yeah,
tonight.
the
After the show,
fallout.
if you want.
Oh yeah,
Dean, if you've got some time, I know it's late, but when we wrap this watch party, if
yeah,
you want, I'm gonna hit up Winston and we can get
yeah,
going because we want to talk about the Brendan Sorsby
yeah.
situation. If you know much about that, we
Sure
also
do.
want to get into NIL, the transfer portal, and kind of the state of college football. We were going to go last night with it, but I mean, if you guys are riding the vibes and you want to keep it going, I can switch a few things over and we can go after the show if you want. We can get it out tonight.
Absolutely, I'm down for that. Will you let me know?
Yeah.
But
Like I
yeah,
say, we'll do a little
for those
turnaround.
for
Take
those
you.
for those listening in, I live in Lubbock, Texas, and I have been around this area, Texas Tech University, all my life, pretty much. And as I was little, I was a Texas Tech fan, drawing little double T's, black and red, and hanging them on my wall and stuff like that at the age of like 7, 8 years old, you know. So, uh, a fan back then. I chose not to go to school there. I chose to go to El Paso to stretch out my legs, go see different things. But yeah, I can surely give you a hometown experience and the vibes that the fans here at Tech have both sides in favor of what was happening and those that were really concerned about what was happening.
Well, with all due respect, I mean, I can only really shout out one representative from each place, but I've got to give love to El Paso for the Latino Heat, of course.
Hey, boy.
You know I'm always going to show love, and then of course when it comes to Lubbock, Texas, I'm a musician, so when someone says Lubbock, I automatically fly into something along the lines of all of my love, all of my kissing, you
There you go.
know where you've been, I'm missing, oh boy.
That's right, boy. Yeah, you got it. Hey, country in the
You're not,
Scotland area, boy.
you're not
That was
even
really good.
you're not even that far away from you're not far away from my fiance. If you're in Lubbock, Texas, you know she's in the next state over. She's in New Mexico. So,
Yes, New Mexico. That's the land of enchantment.
land of enchantment, land of
Yeah.
enchantment, beautiful place.
Yeah,
Land of enchantment and blue
I'd love to do the tour.
blue sky. So, you know.
Like, do you know, one of these times, man, I'd love to do something like a sponsored AFNI trek and start in like Boston and go to Florida. It would just be like amazing to experience, or Route 66, something
New
crazy
Mexico,
like that.
I've done that. Yeah, I went out to because my partner's she's Native American, so we went down to we went to Enchanted Mesa and Sky City, which was very beautiful. It's out in the middle of nowhere in the sticks, so there's no phones. The phones just don't work, and there was no street lights, so you're out in the middle of nowhere. And I just remember it was dark, and I looked up into the sky, and I'm from London. You see stars, but you just see it by floodlights. But when I looked up in the sky, and I actually saw the Milky Way for the first time in my life,
Wow.
and I was like, wow, I've never seen so many stars in my life. It's like, what the heck is this?
It humbles you.
Crazy, amazing. I just thought it was brilliant out
get
there.
it. Like
Beautiful out there.
some parts of Scotland, obviously, we are well known for being hilly. hills and valleys or glens, if you're of a Scottish persuasion. But standing up in the hills and just on a clear night and just looking out. If you're on the west coast, you can see right over to the Isles and over to Ireland, even if you pick the right spots. So I mean, there's some spots in Britain. I know that obviously we're a relatively small country, but to the guys that are watching stateside, if you do get the chance to get over and experience Britain, it's incredible. And I mean all four parts of it. Get over to Ireland, get down to Wales, get up here and pay us a visit, and obviously see all the good sights in England as well. It's a beautiful country. It's just the English that spoil it.
No comment.
I'm sorry, Dino. I couldn't resist.
No comment.
That's funny.
I am not saying a word.
Nah, he's going to come at me with the full Edward Longshanks. The problem with Scotland is
I've been to Scotland and Wales. I've been to Wales. I've been to Scotland. I've been to Dublin. Hey, them places are great. It's great to get out of London sometimes. It's just
That's great.
And that's the great joke as well. It's like internationally they say, Scottish people are the salt of the earth. It's like, you can't have met many Scottish people then. Oh dear. I'll be honest, I was saying to my fiance, I was half entertaining the idea of wearing my kilt tonight. I decided not to. But yeah, like if you guys follow me on social media, you'll have seen that I recently picked up my kilt. So yeah.
I have to make a correction. Well, that's my kilt. You're supposed to be mailing to me. I should be expecting here about a week or so. Yeah. All right now.
As long as you don't mind that I'm getting married in it first.
I was actually saying that. I was actually saying to one of my colleagues. I was saying that to my colleagues actually. If Scotland ever play in Texas, that would actually be a combination of having a kilt with the cowboy boots and the hat.
Yeah. But me, it's gonna be a sombrero.
Hell yeah. We got El there in the house.
That's right.
We'll just trim up a nice saltire mask and give you like a saltire bandit mask. You'll be all set.
Looking like Zorro. I tell you guys.
Oh, they're really good. Oh, here we go. Go on. Oh.
They're putting pressure on them, fellas.
Yeah,
I know Will's, he may be a little bit behind, but
Never. 5 minutes to go plus stoppage. So you're talking about maybe 10 minutes.
Yeah,
I did say this. They're going to come into the game now. There's 5 minutes to go.
Mm-hmm. We just need one goal. 4 points is enough to see us through, boys. I think.
Wow. Yeah.
Well, there you go. Ooh.
Oh, come on. We're testing them now.
Yeah, some big boys in there.
Come on, Scotland. What have you got?
Yeah, they're rattled a bit now, Morocco.
Mm-hmm.
Ever since the young boy came on, they've kind of backed off a bit. They don't like his pace. So they need to give it to him. They need to give it to him a lot more. They need to give it to him a lot more. Just working around.
I know he's only 19, but playing in a system like Bournemouth, like I know they're not the biggest team, but they are Premiership, a Premiership ready caliber side. So, I mean, with that being said, there's a difference. I understand starting defensively, but this is where we had to push it. And Ben allows you to do that. He's so quick. Time ticking down. 3.5 minutes to go plus stoppage.
Yeah.
There you go. McGinn's away.
Morocco's still putting a little pressure.
Come on, John.
Go cross. Oh, wow. Both of you going for it. One of you call it. Come on.
I don't want to speak too soon, but I can feel something coming.
Yeah, it's becoming end to end now. It's fuck it up. Come on.
And Scotland like to play late. we came from 2-2 to 4-2 in 6.5 minutes against the Danes. So
Oh, yeah.
we can do it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're coming forward now. Yeah, there you go.
Come on, boys.
Yeah. You putting pressure on them.
You need to work on the right hand side. Give it to right.
Oh, ooh, wee. I'm at 87-45, 87-47, 87-48, 50,
Yep.
51.
I'm literally
I'm on.
10
I'm on.
seconds behind. That's nothing,
Okay.
brother.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
getting
on
caught.
26. So yeah,
All right, good.
so we'll come closer. So yeah, you need to give it to him. There you go. There you go. Ooh.
I'm going to be intrigued to see what Brazil do as well, because it's going to be dependent. If we don't manage to get the goal and we lose, I'll be intrigued to see how the points go Morocco in the other game with Brazil and Haiti.
Yeah. Are they playing after this one? I forget.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
there's maybe an hour turnaround to kick off.
Yeah, half an hour.
Yeah.
What time is it with you guys over there?
We are 10-1.
10-1, yeah.
Oh wow.
So yeah, as I say, I don't mind doing a late one because the college football one's quite important. I wanna get into that. So if you're happy to run it with us, just give me an hour and a half to do a little bit of turnaround,
Okay.
and we can run that. I'm happy to do that.
Perfect.
Come on, Scotland. There's not much time to get that goal now. They can just sit back and let us break onto them.
Mm-hmm.
Morocco will just stall some time, subs, bring in subs,
100%.
Yeah.
draw out some more time there.
But this team are not that much better than us, from what I've seen tonight.
Y'all hang out with them, man. Y'all been really toe to toe.
I feel like Scotland, a lot of people will say this is a biased comment, but I feel like objectively speaking, Scotland are slept on, but we're not a bad side. Like, as I said to Dean before you came on, Ray, like, we have a lot of Premiership players. We have a lot of guys that are playing high level football in Europe.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, Scotland are not to be slept on either. Even for as low as our ranking is, we can go.
Yep.
Definitely, I think y'all should have a win against Haiti. That's for sure. Y'all should pick them
we
on
got
pretty
it.
good.
That was our first game. We beat Haiti 1-0.
Yeah.
And so we came into this top of the group. This is going to affect us now. I think Morocco will go top, assuming it stays 1-0. They'll have 4 points to our 3. And then it's going to depend what happens tonight with Brazil and Haiti. But I think Brazil are going to handle the Haitians. I don't see any problems there. So the third game is going to be important to see who goes where.
6 minutes of added time.
Okay, doke.
Yeah, 6 minutes.
Yeah. McGinn's off.
Never, boys.
Yeah, he's put another striker. Now they're pressing. There you go. Yeah, push him back. There you go.
That was a change we arguably could have made 20 minutes ago, but better late than never. We only need one goal.
Yeah. Hey, Will, go empty net, man. Just pull the goalie. Let's go empty net.
He's
like if we get a corner on a free kick,
speaking hockey now.
That was my bag. Like when I played soccer, I was a goalkeeper, so I'm maybe not the one to ask, but I'd love to get down there for that penalty. I'm taking it. I'm going full on Jose Luis Sheila there. I'm taking the free kick.
There you go. There you go. Good.
The gaps are there. It's just we're not exploiting.
Oh, it's a loose pass. Okay. Well, no concentration.
The lack of just discipline in front of goal is frustrating.
Save. They missed. Oh, he saved it. Jeez.
Oh, come on, Scotland.
Oh, you didn't give it. Oh, you didn't go. Okay. You didn't give a corner. It was safe. Oh, okay.
That surprises me. It's corner.
You didn't give it. Okay. Yeah. Ooh. That's a referee.
What's this ref playing at tonight? Make your mind up.
That's a foul too. Wow.
Brother, it's no rugby.
Damn.
Jeez. All right. I know the Patriots play there, but come on now.
Yeah, I know. We're about to start whipping out some helmets soon, man.
He must still think it's the NFL being played there, mate.
Wow, man. Because that was the funny thing. I didn't expect like a transition so easily from soccer to football. But for me, being a goalkeeper, my advantages were I had long legs, big hands, I could catch the ball, and I was relatively quick to get down and things like that. So I didn't realise how much of that was transferable to being a wide receiver until I played the game and went, wait, hold on a minute.
Yeah, that makes sense.
This makes sense. I can do something, yeah?
Yeah, like I'm not the biggest guy, I'm not the fastest guy, but I have skills that kind of work here.
I just like pushing people around. So my coach just said, "Why don't you just play on the D line?" I was like, "Oh, okay, let's try."
Yeah, kill the man with the ball. Sounds good to me.
Just push against him. It's like a workout every game. So just push against guys all the time. That's good enough for me.
Yeah.
I would tell my athletes, I coached, I was the coach for 13 years, head coach for about 7 in middle school. And I would tell my, 13, 14-year-old kids, I'd say, this is the only place where you can hit somebody and not get in trouble, not get arrested.
It's great catharsis. Like, I will help you up when I am done, but I will put you on your ass.
That's right.
And I don't know if it's a worldwide tradition, but at least in British football, your entire team, coaching staff, players and all will walk the centre line, shake hands with every player, every coach from the opposite team, and then you all go for afters and grab a pint. So I don't know if it's the same in the States, but that's how we do things in the UK.
Yeah, pretty much the same. It's tradition. Everybody lines up, shakes hands at the end. In the NFL, they don't line up. They just kind of all gather around and shake hands, and kind of same thing with college football. They just kind of get in the middle and you just go to your former high school teammates or people that you saw at some kind of a camp, or you lived in the same town but went to different colleges or something like that. And so but in the high school level, in the education levels, they'll have the kids meet on the 50-yard line, and the opposite teams they'll meet each other in midfield. So it's in soccer, what I've always appreciated is when they bring out the little ones. They bring out the little kids, females and boys. You don't see that anywhere else.
Yeah. I love the mascot tradition as well, and there's a lot of old school respect. I come from a caliber where I'm a goalkeeper. I will meet the opposing keeper at the centre line. We've both walked 50 yards to meet in the middle. nice handshake. Obviously, if you've got the money and you're playing in the pros, maybe a swap of gloves, things of that nature. But yeah, I think that's pretty much full time.
Full time, yeah. 1-0.
A very, what do we say? A disappointing performance in a lot of ways. What should have, would have, could have. I told you, man, we were too late putting Gannon Doak on. He would really have been the difference maker off that right wing with his dynamism and his first touch. But it is what it is. Still a lot to play for in the game against Brazil. We know our fate's in our own hands. But Dino, it's been an absolute pleasure and an honour having you. I would like to get your closing thoughts on the game, if you will, and let everyone know where they want to find you, and also if you're cool to join us for the next one in a little bit as well.
Yeah, Scotland were very flat in the first half. They did improve in the second half, much better in the last, especially in the last 20 minutes. They did come out a bit more adventurous, but it's just for those first couple of minutes of that one piece of concentration which they missed out on that cost them the goal. It's not the end of the world, you know. I mean, most people would have put Morocco down as favourites anyway, but the encouraging signs are there to know that it's not a team that's just going to lay down and finish bottom of this group. I don't see that. I think Scotland are more than capable of going into the round of 32 and facing the team there and see where things go from there. You know, I think going up against Brazil with how they are, I think that's a game which I think that'll probably suit them a bit more, based upon how they've played in this game. If they play how they played in this game against Brazil with a bit more belief going forward, then I think it'll be a much better game.
If we can encapsulate what we had in the second half and bring it from the start against Brazil, I think it might be an interesting watch party. But I've had a lot of fun doing it with you boys, and if you want to join me on, I think it's the 24th. For the Scotland-Brazil game, then put it in your calendars and we can make that happen. Because I know that's been a lot of fun. And Raymond, Dr. Dirtybird, it's been a pleasure having you back with us. As I say, if you guys want to hang with me in the back after we wrap for a few minutes, we will get a couple of things set for the next show. If you've been watching, we appreciate you. Clydeside, Stateside, or Worldwide for joining us. We will be back very, very soon because we have some college football to cover. There's been a lot of issues, controversies, and can we say fun talk? I'm not too sure. But Raymond, thank you for joining us, brother. I'll get at you real soon. But at the moment, just as I say, thank you again for joining us, keeping us company through the game. And as I say, we're gonna talk in the back and get some things rolling. But in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, thank you ever so much for all your continued love and support. But your boys for now are out.